Money. Just hearing the word, it kind of makes your chest tighten, doesn't it? You get that racing mind, the anxiety over stacking bills, and that quiet dread when you log into your bank account. We've all been there. But what if we could totally rewrite that script? In this explainer, we're going to fundamentally transform your relationship with money. We're talking about moving you from just scraping by and surviving to actually thriving.
Okay, let's dive right into this. Here's our roadmap. We'll be hitting 5 key areas: rewiring your money mindset, defining rich versus wealthy, intentional spending and saving, earning more and valuing skills, and finally, the ultimate wealth formula. Don't worry, we're going to walk through this together, going all the way from your inner psychology right down to practical investing. All right, part 1, rewiring your money mindset, overcoming the fear. Look, the truth is, our limiting beliefs around money absolutely dictate our behaviors. They keep us stuck in the scarcity mindset, totally frozen. And that brings us to a massive psychological hurdle, the ostrich effect. Basically, this is when we actively avoid uncomfortable financial information. You know the feeling. You have a weekend of heavy spending and suddenly there is absolutely no way you're opening your banking app to see the damage. I totally get it. That instinct to hide from the bills is real. But ignoring those small financial leaks in our 20s and 30s, that stuff compounds into massive, overwhelming stress later on. We literally have to face the numbers.
Moving on to part 2, rich versus wealthy, society versus reality.
So, once we actually stop hiding, we really need to redefine our goals. Society is constantly shouting at us that the ultimate goal is the massive house, the luxury upgrades, the whole flashy lifestyle. But aiming for those things just to show off, it's a total trap. That's just being rich. Entrepreneur Scott Galloway breaks this down perfectly. Being rich often means a high burn rate and a highly visible luxury lifestyle. But man, it comes with crushing stress. Galloway talks about a friend of his, right? An investment banker pulling in millions. But he's stressed out of his mind because he literally spends everything he makes. Contrast that with Galloway's 94-year-old father. His dad lives on $52,000 a year, but only spends $48,000. He collects his passive income and sleeps like a baby. His dad is wealthy because his passive income is greater than his burn rate.
And that leads us to another crucial idea from financial expert Nisha Shah: financial success versus financial happiness. See, financial success is just society's benchmark, making money and buying stuff just to show people what you have. But financial happiness? That's your intrinsic definition. It's about funding a life that actually aligns with your personal values. Ultimately, the real goal is passive income and economic security that frees you from the anxiety of day-to-day survival. It's not about buying things to impress people who, let's be honest, aren't even really paying attention to you anyway.
Okay, part 3, intentional spending and saving, playing defense.
All right, so now that we've got the mindset dialed in, it's time to build our financial defense using frictionless, mechanical systems. Vanguard research found something wild. Simply having a $2,000 emergency cushion saved up boosts your overall financial well-being by a massive 21%. 21%! That is literally the difference between losing sleep and resting easy. Just hitting that one initial milestone pulls your brain out of a panic state so you're no longer operating from scarcity. Now here's another crucial number you need to memorize: 8%. Historically, the stock market returns an average of 8 to 10% per year. So, mathematically speaking, any consumer debt, yeah, I'm looking at those credit cards, with an interest rate over 8% absolutely must be paid off before you even think about investing. You're actually financially worse off keeping that high-interest debt around. Think of it like a boat. You've got to patch the giant holes in the hull before you try to fire up the engine. Once that toxic debt is out of the way, we can use financial expert Nisha Shah's frictionless bucket method to manage your cash flow. It breaks down your take-home pay like this. 65% goes to your fundamentals, so rent, groceries, the basics. Then 25% goes to fun, because yes, you absolutely still get to travel and buy that guilt-free iced coffee. And finally, 10% is dedicated to the future you. That's your savings and investments. Taking control of your cash through a budget isn't about miserable restriction. It's actually a structured way to confidently say yes to the things you actually care about. But what happens when it's midnight and you're getting targeted by that hyper-specific Instagram ad? Well, you use these 3 vital questions. Before hitting buy, ask yourself: 1. Do I actually need it? 2. Can I live with less of it? And 3. Can I get the same thing for cheaper somewhere else? Modern apps are literally engineered to remove all friction from spending so you check out without a second thought. Setting up this manual friction mechanism forces you to pause, breathe, and combat today's dangerously easy click-to-buy economy.
And this brilliantly illustrates the crucial point of playing defense, perfectly summed up by a legendary rule from Warren Buffett. He says, don't save what is left after spending, spend what is left after saving. You absolutely have to automate paying that future you first. Literally, go into your app and set up an automatic transfer out of your checking account on payday, so you can't even touch the money. Out of sight, out of mind.
Okay, we're going to pivot sharply here from saving over to earning. Listen to this powerful quote from entrepreneur Cody Sanchez. You do not have to have money to make money. If you're sitting there right now thinking you need a massive pile of capital, some huge bank loan, or a secret trust fund to start building wealth, let's just go ahead and shatter that myth right now.
Which brings us to part 4, earning more and valuing skills, playing offense.
Here's the stark reality of playing offense. Saving money, it has a strict mathematical limit. I mean, you can only skip so many coffees or cut so many coupons before you hit a wall. But your ability to earn and create value, that is literally infinite. And here's the secret. Expensive degrees just do not guarantee financial success anymore. Transferable practical skills do. Major tech companies, local mom-and-pop shops, they care way more about what you can actually do to help them than where you went to school. You just have to figure out what unique skills you have that people will gladly pull out their wallets to pay for.
Let's see how this plays out with Cody Sanchez's expertise to equity model. Step 1. Identify what you're uniquely good at. Step 2. Approach a business and help them cut costs or grow their revenue. Step 3. Negotiate your expertise for equity or a piece of the upside, instead of just a flat fee. For example, if you're a wizard at marketing, offer to run a local business's ads in exchange for a percentage of the new sales you bring in. It's a win-win. And throughout all of this, treat your time as a strict hourly rate. If you're spending 3 hours just to save $10, you are losing money. Take on high-value projects to radically scale up your income.
And finally, part 5, the ultimate wealth formula, the math of freedom.
So, with your defense and offense totally locked in, it's time to build lasting security using financial expert Jaspreet Singh's formula. This is where the math of real freedom comes together. The math is undeniable. Your income, minus your expenses, leaves you with your margin. That margin equals your investments plus your savings. If you want to actually buy and own real equity, you have to increase that income, ruthlessly control those expenses, and put that leftover ash to work in investments.
Now, if the word investments immediately makes your palms sweat, let's completely demystify it right now. Enter index funds. An index fund is just a low-cost investment that buys a tiny slice of hundreds of the largest companies all at once, like the S&P 500. This minimizes the massive risk of trying to pick individual winning stocks. Keep in mind, even the smartest analysts on Wall Street get stock picking catastrophically wrong. I mean, they literally gave Lehman Brothers a buy rating just months before it crashed the entire global economy. Index funds are simply the safest, most reliable bet for building steady wealth.
The rules for index fund investing are actually beautifully simple. Start with whatever you have. Seriously, even if it's just $10. Make those contributions completely automatic. Do not touch the money for 5 to 10 years, and let compound interest do the heavy lifting for you. The market rewards time and consistency above literally everything else. Jaspreet Singh actually talks about the true story of a school janitor who retired with millions of dollars. How? Just by automatically investing a little bit from every single paycheck year after year. As we pull all of these strategies together, I really want you to burn this one single rule into your memory. The absolute best investment you will ever make is an investment in your own skills and knowledge. Look, the stock market is going to go up and down. The economy will constantly shift. But no one, and I mean no one, can ever bankrupt the skills, the knowledge, and the immense value you build within yourself. That is yours forever.
So I'm going to leave you with this final, somewhat provocative question to chew on today. If you don't have the courage to write your own financial story, who is writing it for you? It's time to get out of the passenger seat. Stop letting society or your own fear dictate your life. Take full control of your financial destiny today. Start playing the game intentionally, and I guarantee you will move from surviving to absolutely thriving. Thanks so much for joining me for this explainer.